माखन चोर। श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की, श्री राधाष्टमी महामहोत्सव की, जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की। उपस्थित
Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Guru and Gauranga. Please accept my humble obeisances. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all the senior Vaishnavas of International Society of Krishna Consciousness. I also extend my warm welcome and greetings to each one of the devotees who have gathered here on Zoom platform and also who are watching us parallelly, both online and offline on platforms like Facebook and YouTube. I also extend my special gratitude and warm welcome to the host family who have organized this 307th Katha on the pious occasion of Sri Radha Ashtami. So I welcome the host family, the Makwana family, who have organized this beautiful Katha in the loving memory of Bechar Bhai. So I extend my warm thanks and welcome to Parvati Vain Makwana, her son and daughter-in-law Dayal Bhai and Vimal Ben, and further their sons Keur Bhai and Ankur Bhai, and also their better halves Kokila Ben and Bhumi Ben respectively, and also the daughter of Ankur Bhai and Bhumi Ben, Misty. So I welcome the host family and also each one of you and extend my obeisances at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna, Radhe Shyam.
वेद और शास्त्र ऐसा कहते हैं,
it is mentioned in the Vedas and Shastras that the sense organs that we possess are incomplete. Our eyes is incomplete. These eyes, it is impossible to view and visualize everything. And sometimes what we see, what we visualize through these eyes is actually not real or is not in real sense happening. Or in other words, what we perceive through our eyes is not realistic. Similarly, the skin, the touch organs that we have is also incomplete. In sum total, the entire living entity is incomplete in itself. And the living entity, when it organizes any anushthan, any event, because the sensory organs of the living entity are incomplete, and hence the events and anushthan performed by them, organized by them, also stays and remains incomplete. For example, some might perform a Vastu Yagya or a festival. We believe and we assume that we have been able to complete it successfully. But the fact is, the event, the Anushthan, the Yagna that we have organized and hosted, for sure, definitely, there do remain certain shortfalls and shortcomings. So I am not here to talk about the shortcomings and shortfalls, because it is said that it is believed that if in case you have an iota of anger in any event or yagna, then you see the entire purpose and credit of that yagna or event goes nullified. And the fact is that we all, in this age of Kali Yuga, we do have these elements of anger, maybe in certain lesser degrees. Just as before the beginning of this katha, Amit Narayan Prabhu ji was talking about the onset of Pitru Paksh. You see, everyone have their days. So you see, these Pitru Paksh or these Pitru or our ancestors also look forward keenly for this Pitru Paksh. And you see, India has a tradition that every living entity looks forward for these days to offer tarpan to ancestors. Even the Lord himself offered tarpan to his ancestors and has prescribed this in the Shastras. But the fact is, don't you think that we would not be able to do the tarpan without any shortfalls and shortcomings? Don't you think that the offerings that we make every day to the Lord, that is completely full of error proof? The mantras that we speak, you see, in India, at least Indian devotees may be able to utter properly, but you talk about Western countries, for sure,
कि हमें किसी दोष देखने की बात नहीं करनी है.
I would still insist that I am not highlighting the fact that I'm looking and counting the shortcomings, shortfalls, and errors of living entity. The point that I'm trying to get across is because the living entity is incomplete in itself, and hence the yagna, the anushthan, the events that we do, the religious events, the Sanatan events that we host, for sure there are certain shortcomings and shortfalls which are bound to happen. So, what is the way out? What is the solution? Because in case there are shortcomings and shortfalls, the result, the fruits of the event shall not be reaped by us in full sense of the term. Dear devotees, we are celebrating World Holy Name Festival, World Holy Name event. So I want to share with you, talking about the significance of Harinam, that despite the fact that there might be certain shortfalls or errors in any event or any anushthan or yagna that we perform, but in case we look forward to remove or to neutralize the shortfalls, the errors or the mistakes that we have committed in the event. So after that event, if we goes to chant the holy mantra, the Maha mantra, if we chant the holy name, then our yagna, our event, our festival would go for complete completion in the real sense of the term. This is not a manipulation or a mental speculation which I am making, but rather it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. You have it on your screens before you, what is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. In Bali Vaman context, this shloka occurs in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the shloka is there before you on your screen. In Bali Vaman context, it is said, so look at the shloka before you.
नेचुरली है ना, कलयुग है, बेचारे ब्राह्मण के मुख से भी कुछ गड़बड़ हो जाएगी, या ब्राह्मण यजमान को बुलवाते हैं वहां भी कुछ गड़बड़ हो ही जाती है. सो मंत्र में, तंत्र में तच्छिद्रम, छिद्र रह जाता है, कमी अवश्य रह जाती है.
So the shloka says that for sure there are certain shortfalls in the mantra, in the tantra, in the yagna, in the home. Perhaps it is because of the time and the context and country that we are placed in.
चाहे कर्म कांड में कहीं ना
events that we organize, the karma kand that we organize, for sure there are certain errors and shortfall that befall. But the shortfalls, the errors, the shortcomings and mistakes can be compensated for if. So there is one solution to compensate for that shortfall, shortcomings and mistakes, and that is Harinam Sankirtan, chanting of the holy name of the Lord, doing Sankirtan of the name of Hari. The shortcomings, the mistakes in the spiritual event can be compensated for.
लेकिन प्रोसेस भी बता दूं क्यों? क्योंकि हरि नाम
Now you
जो
see,
है,
this is the evidence of Srimad Bhagavatam. But now let us understand the reason why this Harinam is able to compensate for those shortcomings. And the reason is there is no difference between Hari and his name, because Hari himself appears in the age of Kali Yuga in the form of Harinam. So there is no difference, you know, Hari or the name of Hari is no different from one another.
पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेव अवशिष्यते, क्योंकि भगवान श्री कृष्ण पूर्ण है,
Because Lord Krishna is all complete, and such all complete God,
नाम भी पूर्ण है।
his name in itself is also all complete.
तो क्योंकि भगवान और उनके नाम में कोई अंतर नहीं
Because
है,
there's no difference between Lord and his name. So similarly, just like the Lord is all complete by himself, similarly his name and chanting of his name is all complete. So whatever spiritual events that you may organize in your life, and that there might be incompletion for sure, which is bound to happen, then one must look forward to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna, who is all complete by himself. And if we do Sankirtan, then entire shortcoming, shortfall, mistakes gets diluted and nullified, and as spiritual event goes and attains completion in itself. We all are now becoming witness to Srimad Bhagavatam Katha. Sometimes the mind, does get derailed from the Katha. Sometimes we do commit errors and mistakes. But if at the end of every session, you see, we go for Harinam and chanting of the holy name of the Lord, and by this way and in this manner, we go for completing our resolution and event of spiritual nature. So, such is the significance and glory of Harinam, that it adds completion to every spiritual event of our lives. Even our lives of material world is incomplete, but this incomplete life adds a sense of completion. Harinam adds a completeness in this incomplete life of living entity in this Kali Yuga. And hence, in this manner, the name of the Lord is completely complete in itself. So you see, let us now travel to the bank of river Godavari.
બિલકુલ દોનો ગોઠવાઈ ગયા છે, એકબીજાની સામે બેસીને 5 દિવસથી સામ સામું જોઈને બેઠા છે, પણ કઈ બોલતા નથી। આજે મારે બોલાવવા છે, आज मुझे उनको बहुत बुलवाना है, क्योंकि बहुत कुछ कवर करना है। तो श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने राय रामानंद से पूछा,
So, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked Rai Ramanandji when they were there at the bank of river Godavari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says something what is there on your screens before you. So the first line is spoken by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Rai Ramanand on the banks of river Godavari.
शास्त्रेर निर्णय राय कहे कृष्ण भक्त राय कहे स्वधर्माचरणे विष्णु भक्ति हय। श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने राय
Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addresses Rai Ramanand. Rai Ramanand is Lalita Sakhi, and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is combined Sri Radha and Krishna. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said to Rai Ramanand, "Oh Ramanand, tell what is the biggest objective and goal in the life?" So usually the biggest goal of the living entity in the material world would mostly be things of material nature. For example, some might say it's iPhone. Somebody would say Tesla car. The goal of material life gets fructified with these desires like iPhone or Tesla cars. You see, our mind, our heart, our vision is very, very limited, and therefore we must look for association of huge, elevated spiritual souls so that we can go on to fix are goals of highest level in nature. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had gone on to ask Rai Ramanand, what is the biggest goal of a living entity to Rai Ramanand? You see, Rai Ramanand would go on to speak about objectives, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would not be satisfied, and he would go on to ask, no, there's something more, and add something more to it and say, and in this manner the conversation would continue. So Rai Ramanand said to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that observing Varnashrama Dharma, pleasing Lord Vishnu is the highest goal for living entity. Now this was the response of Rai Ramanand to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asked that what is
लेकिन
for
महाप्रभु ने
living
जब
entity. So now there was discussion that how Varnashrama Dharma is to be observed and one must engage in pleasing Lord Vishnu. But then after this discussion, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected the proposition of Ramananda that he agreed that devotion towards Vishnu is perfectly placed. But then somehow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like the concept of the following of Varnashrama Dharma. So he in a way was not very well convinced, though he accepted the dharma of following Varnashrama Dharma. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further raised the query to Rai Ramanand, said that the Varnashrama Dharma that Rai Ramanand is talking about is something which I am not very much satisfied with. There must be something more than that. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further raised the query to Rai Ramanand that Rai Ramanand must speak something, you know, more clearly placed than that of Varnashrama Dharma, because it is not that strongly an objective, which is extraordinary to be achieved by a living entity. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu basically wanted Rai Ramanandji to elaborate as to what should be the highly placed objective of a living entity. So, in the understanding of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, observing Varnashrama Dharma is not that highly placed an objective, and that this is something very, very ordinary. So now you see Rai Ramanand will try to develop more on this. So the first step that Rai Ramananda said was to observe Varnashrama Dharma and engage in pleasing of Lord Vishnu. Now the next level that Rai Ramananda said was something that is there before you on your screens.
करमार पण सर्व साध्य सार.
So Ramanand replied to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Rai Ramanand said that so you see, for our better understanding, let us try to assume that if Rai Ramanand was to ask Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that why are you considering Varnashrama Dharma as something as an ordinary event to be observed? So you see, assuming this was the question of Rai Ramanand, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have replied, certain things with respect to the fact that why is he not giving too much of attention to the observing of Varnashrama Dharma. So 5 points that we must try to understand over here before we enter into the second reply of Rai Ramanand to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So let us try to understand this further. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sidelined Varnashrama Dharma, assuming that this would be question of Rai Ramanand, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would have explained this.
वर्णाश्रम धर्म के द्वारा भगवान विष्णु की प्रसन्नता होती है, परंतु भगवान
Undoubtedly, observing of Varnashrama Dharma, no doubt Lord Vishnu gets pleased, but then ideally,
में भी ग्रेड होता है ना,
it is like, the degree of
पानी पिलाए तो भी आप खुश होंगे,
pleasure
ड्राई फ्रूट मिल्क शेक पिलाए
or the degree of pleasing that you can achieve towards Lord Vishnu by the observing of Varnashrama Dharma would be of lower degrees. So Lord Vishnu can certainly become happy when he sees observation of Varnashrama Dharma, but then this is of lower degrees. But then Lord Vishnu can go on to become heavily pleased in higher degrees. So when Lord is happy and pleased in extreme degrees, in strong degrees, then Lord Vishnu goes on to offer completely himself to the devotee with whom he is pleased. So it is like this, that if a devotee observes Varnashrama Dharma, Lord Vishnu would be pleased for sure, but that it is not gonna so happen that he would offer himself to his devotee. And that is the reason that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did accept Varnashrama Dharma, but that he did not attach much significance to this. But you see, this observation of Varnashrama Dharma might be good for people who are placed at lower levels of devotion. But somebody who has progressed in spiritual life, for such a person, the goal should be pleasing Lord Vishnu in higher degrees. So the second reason why he sidelined Varnashrama Dharma is because all the four components or members of Varnashrama Dharma, be it Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra, so as per understanding of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you see all the four ashramas and the Varna system is completely dependent on the material body. It is not the dharma of the soul. You see, this is not a discipline of the soul. So all the four Varna system or the fourfold Varna order and the ashrama system associated with it, it's more to do with the physical material body and not at the level of soul. So in easy terms, by way of observing Varnashrama Dharma, you can go on to become gentle and lead your life. But you see, the real form of the soul, the real nature of the soul as an entity, the relationship of being a slave or vatsalya or sakha with the Lord, which we are not aware of. So, by way of observing Varnashrama Dharma, you see, your relationship with the Super Soul, Supreme Soul, cannot be established and exhibited. By way of Varnashrama Dharma, one can stay peacefully in a society. So you see, the fruits of following the Varnashrama Dharma is more to do with physical, material world and not the spiritual world. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was raised a question who he was, he said, neither I am a Brahmin nor Kshatriya, nor Vaishya nor Shudra. I am nobody amongst the four. Now, the third reason why he sidelined Varnashrama Dharma, that we must talk about higher level things, the reason is, Rai Ramanan said that by following Varnashrama Dharma, pleasing Lord Vishnu should be the goal. So try to understand that following Varnashrama Dharma is not devotion to Vishnu. So some people might say that we are following Varnashrama Dharma and following the material life. Such an individual create the probabilities of entering into the world of devotion. A possibility is created, but it is not compulsory. It is not inevitable with this that he will certainly enter the devotional world. So by way of observing Varnashrama Dharma, a platform is created, a pedestal is created for for this person to enter into the world of devotion. You see, 2 days back we talked about the different checkpoints for all the orders, Brahmin, Kshatriya, Shudra, and Vaishya. So by way of Varnashrama Dharma, dedication is produced. So you see, dedication alone won't work. This dedication must be, combined with association of sages and sadhus. And only with the association of sadhus and sages, he would be able to attain the Lord. So dedication develops in the heart. The mood is developed in the heart by way of Varnashrama Dharma.
क्योंकि कृष्ण भक्ति जन्म मूल हई साधु संग। कृष्ण भक्ति का जन्म मूल तो साधु
So
संग
you
है।
see, the basic reason for the development of Krishna devotion and devotion to Lord Krishna can develop only by way of association with sadhus and saints. So this was the third reason that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sidelined or did not pay much attention to Varnashrama Dharma, and that he wanted Rai Ramanan to elaborate more. So if you look at it from Shastric point of view, in real sense of the term, this Varnashrama Dharma for pure devotees is an obstruction for moving into the spiritual world. So in some texts, it's mentioned that so long as a pure devotee does not evolve over Varnashrama Dharma, he won't be able to attain Lord Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna also has also said this. So when Lord Krishna says that all dharmas must be abandoned, it means that, O Arjun, leaving Varnashrama Dharma, a devotee who is pure in himself must surrender unto me. So in a way, only when we give up Varnashrama Dharma that we can attain Lord. In Maitreya Shruti, Maitreya sage has elaborated very vividly. So this is the shloka on your screen from Maitreya Shruti given by Rishi Maitreya.
थोड़ा सा समझिएगा, वर्णाश्रम धर्म का आचार्यता जो आचरण करता है वो
So those, the shloka says, those who observe Varnashrama Dharma,
वर्णाश्रम आचार्यता, वर्णाश्रम का आचरण करने वाला कैसा है, क्या लिखा है, विमुक्ता।
so those who observe Varnashrama Dharma
पड़ा है कि बस समाज को दिखाने में कि मैं जेन्युइन हूँ, मैं जेंटलमैन
is a fool. He only wants to establish it, exhibit it to the society.
फलम लभन्ते, वो अपने कर्म के अनुसार फल को प्राप्त करेगा।
He would get the fruits as per the law of karma. But the fact is, when he would abandon Varnashrama Dharma, then he would reach a state in which he would be able to get the pleasure of the soul. It is the situation when he would be able to attain the Supreme Personality of the Lord. In Mandukya Shruti, it is said what is there on the screens before you.
यज्ञ रूपा माने वर्णाश्रम धर्म जो है इस भवसागर को पार करने के लिए अदृढ़ नौका है। नौका तो है लेकिन कैसी, जिसमें बहुत बड़ा होल है।
So this observing Varnashrama Dharma is just like a boat to cross the ocean, but the boat has a hole in it. So there are high chances of the boat getting drowned.
लेकिन आपको तो मुझे प्रमाण देना होगा कि महाप्रभु ने इसे क्यों उड़ाया।
So you see, I am trying to illustrate all the reasons why Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sidelined Varnashrama Dharma. So those who are engaged in pure devotion, there is no need to follow Varnashrama Dharma. But then those who do not fall into the pure devotional service category, that they also give up varnashram dharma and do not even become pure devotee, and this person would actually not be placed anywhere. So the point that I'm trying to get across is you need to identify which category do you belong to
भगवान कपिल देव
and
श्रीमद्
how you have
भागवत
to
के
move ahead.
तीसरे स्कंद के 25वें अध्याय के 22वें श्लोक में
Kapil Dev Ji
कहते हैं
goes on to
मय्येन
say
भावेन
the following
परमं
shloka, which is there
नित्यं
on your screens
योगयुक्तः
before you.
मत कृते त्यक्त कर्माण स्वजनस त्यक्त बांधवा। भगवान कपिल देव ने भी वर्णाश्रम को त्यागने की बात की।
Kapil Dev Ji also talked about giving up upon varnashrama dharma, abandon varnashrama dharma.
यदि वर्णाश्रम बाधा बनता है
So
तो
Kapil
शुद्ध
Dev Ji
भक्त का
said
लक्षण ये है
that
कि मत
if
कृते मुझ कृष्ण
in the
के लिए,
devotion
मुझ
towards
कृष्ण
me,
की
towards
भक्ति के लिए
Krishna,
त्यक्त कर्माण वो अपने
if
कर्म त्याग
varnashrama
देता
dharma
है,
becomes
स्वजनस
obstruction,
त्यक्त बांधवा,
then such a pure
अपना
devotee
स्वजन
must
अपने
give up
बंधु
upon
बांधवों को भी त्याग
varnashrama
दे,
dharma.
माने
And
वो
not
भी अपना
just
स्वजन
that,
त्यागे।
he
किसके
can
लिए?
also give
मुझ
up
कृष्ण के
his
लिए।
own dear and
अब ये
near
सोचकर
ones.
कई लोग
For
दीक्षा
whom?
ले
For
लेंगे,
Lord
फिर बात
Krishna.
छोड़कर चले जाएंगे,
Now,
इसलिए
this
कहने
should
पर
not lead you to think that you should go for divorce and other things. Here, the objective is to achieve Lord Krishna. In the material world, usually people go for separation and divorce for their own happiness and not for God. It is only in the name of God. It is only the excuse that people give for God that they are going for separation and divorce. Rather, the fact is this is done for selfish interests in the material world.
महाप्रभु ने वर्णाश्रम को खारिज कर दिया।
So this way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dismissed Varnashrama Dharma.
भक्ति रसामृत सिंधु में
In
रूप
Bhakti
गोस्वामी
Rasamrita
गोस्वामी
Sindhu,
कहते हैं
Rup Goswami goes on to say
भगवान को केवल
that
मात्र उनकी सेवा से ही प्रसन्न किया जा सकता
one
है।
can please the Lord only and
और
only
यहाँ पर
by
भगवान ने क्या कहा
rendering service at the
कि
lotus feet of the
वर्णाश्रम के
Lord.
द्वारा विष्णु प्रीति विष्णु को प्रसन्न करना।
But here Rai
और
Ramanand
फिर
ji is
विष्णु
saying
पुराण का
that
खंड
Vishnu ji can
25
be pleased by way of observing Varnashram Dharma. And he also quoted Vishnu Puran as well.
कारणम हमने सुना था। तो फिर मन में प्रश्न हो सकता है,
So now we might have a question in mind, especially the new devotees,
टाइम निकाल के आपके सामने बैठते हैं
that you see, we take out so much of time to sit before you and you pick up such a point
रसामृत सिंधु कुछ और कहता है, ये ग्रंथ
that
कुछ और कहता है,
contradictory points are mentioned in different texts. So when the texts are not in sync with each other, then what kind of devotion can we get into?
को उनकी सेवा से संतुष्ट किया जा
So now,
सकता है। और विष्णु पुराण कहता है कि वर्णाश्रम से संतुष्ट किया जा सकता है।
while
निराकरण ये है
Rai Ramanan says that this can be done by following Varnashrama Dharma, you see the conclusion is that none of the points are contradictory, rather they are correct at their own place and context. Sripad Rup Goswami, when they said that by servicing at the lotus feet of the Lord one can attain Lord, these are the elements of a pure devotee. What Rai Ramanand said that by way of Varnashrama Dharma, Vishnu can be pleased, this is placed in a different context.
कोट कर देने से बात नहीं बनेगी महाराज। वे शास्त्र का श्लोक किस अवस्था में कहा गया है, उसकी पृष्ठभूमि का क्या है, उसके आगे पीछे की चीज को देखा जाए।
So you see, we must attempt to understand the context of the shloka as well. So Vishnu Puran, and the shloka which is mentioned by Rai Ramanan, that by way of Varnashrama Dharma, Vishnu can be pleased. Let us try to understand the context and background. In 3.8.6 of Vishnu Puran, and this shloka, Maitreya Muni asked to Rishi Parashar that to please Lord Vishnu and to get fruits from Lord Vishnu. So firstly he asked to Rishi Parashar, what can we get by pleasing Lord Vishnu? So Rishi Parashar replied in the form of the shloka. So what one can attain if one is able to please Lord Vishnu? So first is Bhauman, that is property. So by way of pleasing Vishnu, one can get property.
मनोरथान
land related
संपन्न होंगे
desires can be established.
माने
Also,
के लोगों के
one can get
स्वर्गीय बंधम तथा स्पदम स्वर्ग आदि लोक की प्राप्ति होती है
heavens, etc.
प्राप्नोति राधिते विष्णु निर्वाणम अपि च उत्तमम और फिर उससे भी ज्यादा निर्वाण माने
Nirvana or ultimate liberation.
प्रसंग चल रहा था विष्णु पुराण में
So this was the context in Vishnu Puran, that if somebody needs land, property, money, or heavens, etc., such desires can be attained by way of pleasing Lord Vishnu. Now, after this, Maitri Rishi asked Rishi Parashar that if such desires are to be established, then what one must do? It is upon this question that this shloka was spoken by Rishi Parashar. The shloka is there before you on your screens.
तो विष्णु को प्रसन्न करने की बात इस प्रसंग में की गई कि वह जिसको थोड़ा बहुत धन संपत्ति
So basically pleasing Lord Vishnu, this aspect was spoken and uttered in context of the desire for land, some property, wealth, or that there is desire of following, there is a desire of attaining heavens, etc.
तो इस प्रकार से भगवान वर्णाश्रम के द्वारा विष्णु की प्रसन्नता तो होती है लेकिन उससे भगवान विष्णु का प्रेम नहीं मिलता
So you see, one is able to get the blessings and is able to please Lord Vishnu by following Varnashrama Dharma, but he does not get the love and affection of Lord Vishnu.
आप वर्णाश्रम धर्मों को परफेक्ट रूप से पालन करो लेकिन कृष्ण का भजन न करो तो सहित पापी वो पापी माना जाएगा.
So an individual who does not chant the holy name of the Lord, he would be considered as a sinner and he would enter hell if he does not engage in the chanting of the holy name of the Lord. And hence, because of all these reasons, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dismissed Varnashrama Dharma. So now when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sidelined Varnashrama Dharma, he asked Rai Ramanand, what is the higher level than Varnashrama Dharma? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied, and then in response to that, Rai Ramanand further replied, what is there in the second line on the screens before you? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was replied or answered by Rai Ramanand in the following way.
अपने जीवन में जो भी कर्म करते हैं उस कर्म के फल को कृष्ण अर्पण कर देना ये सभी साध्यों का सार माने ये मनुष्य जीवन की सबसे बड़ी उपलब्धि मनुष्य
The biggest achievement of a physical material life of a living entity is this, that whatever act or activity he commits and performs, he should offer the fruits of such an act and activity to Lord Krishna. So Varnashrama Dharma is full of desires, right? Be it wealth, property, etc. But if one goes on to offer the fruits of the act or activity to Lord Krishna, this is better placed than the observing of Varnashrama Dharma, and hence highly placed than observing of Varnashrama Dharma is offering the fruits of the act and activity to Lord Krishna. So if you recall, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had asked Rai Ramanand to illustrate things with evidence. So Rai Ramanand illustrated this fact with the help of the shloka of Bhagavad Gita that Lord Krishna has said in Bhagavad Gita. The shloka is there before you on your screens.
मुक्त संग समाचर भगवान श्री कृष्ण कहते हैं कि हे कुंती नंदन,
Lord Krishna addresses to Arjun, O Kante, O son of Kunti,
यज्ञार्थार्थ कर्मणो नियत्र, इस दुनिया में
in this
जो
world,
भी कर्म करो,
whatever karma you
यज्ञ
perform,
के लिए, यज्ञ भगवान विष्णु का एक नाम है। यहाँ
you
पर
must
यज्ञ
do it for Vishnu, that is Yagya. Basically, this term Yagya is the name of Lord Vishnu.
कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा, लेकिन एक की पॉइंट है। अभी श्लोक को समझने के लिए मैं आपको एक की दे दूं, यज्ञ का अर्थ कृष्ण कर लीजिए, आपको सब समझ में आ जाएगा। तो क्या कहते हैं यज्ञ, यज्ञ अर्थ माने, यज्ञ माने कृष्ण, बोले कृष्ण के लिए कर्मणो नियत्र, जो भी कर्म करते हो
Whatever
कृष्ण के लिए करो।
karma is being done by an individual, Krishna says that it must be done for Vishnu, it must be done for Krishna. You must offer the fruits of this karma to Vishnu and Krishna. Assuming if Arjun says that if an individual does not offer the fruits of the act or activity to Vishnu and Krishna, then what would happen? Then Krishna replies that if you do not offer the outcomes and the fruits of any act or activity that you perform, then you would be entangled in this material world. And if you offer it to me, you will become liberated. So you will be free of all the bondages of this physical material world and attain liberation. And hence, Lord Krishna said that the fruits of act must always be offered to Vishnu and Krishna. In 2.51 of Bhagavad Gita, same element has been emphasized. And what is that? It is there on the screens before you, that by way of intellect, by way of mind, as per your expertise, whatever fruits that you get out of your activity and act, instead of enjoying the fruits of the activity, if you offer it to the Lord, then what result would you get? Then the shloka says that one gets liberation from the cycle of birth and deaths. So Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. You see, one would be free of all the four stages, and such an entity would go on to attain the highest place.
जानते ही हैं, 9वें अध्याय का 27वां श्लोक, भगवान कहते हैं यत करोषि, हे अर्जुन तुम जो भी करते हो, यदश नाशी तुम जो भी
Whatever you perform, whatever you eat, whatever you consume, whatever yagna or home that you perform, just offer it to me. Then Lord Krishna says that who should be given that? Who should be offered all those things? Lord Krishna says, give it to me. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you drink, whatever yagna you did, offer all the karmas to me. So Lord Krishna says, offer everything to me. So in Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna often said that, offer all the fruits of your karmas to me. So you see, rejecting Varnashrama Dharma, Rai Ramanand says that the fruits of the karma be offered to Lord Krishna. And then he asked, O Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, are you satisfied with my reply now? To which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu further said to Rai Ramananda, what is there on your screen? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu again rejected the explanation of Rai Ramanand and then asked Rai Ramanand, you go on further. Whatever you're saying, I've listened to that, but you talk something more. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that somehow I'm not convinced with the offering of the fruits of karma.
ऐसे
talk
करो,
something
ऐसा
else.
वो देता, नहीं तो गड़बड़ हो गई थी। लेकिन महाप्रभु ने इसे भी उड़ा दिया, बोले ये भी ठीक
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu rejected even this proposition and explanation of Rai Ramanand.
को अर्पण करना आपको
Now, assuming
ठीक ही है।
if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was to be questioned that why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu does not like the preposition that why the fruits of acts and actions offering to Sri Krishna is not considered valid by him. So if this question was to be raised to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then what would have been his reply?
कर्म फल भगवान को अर्पण कर सकते तो वर्णाश्रम में जाने की जरूरत नहीं।
So you see, if we can offer the fruits of our actions to Lord Krishna, then there is no need of following or observing
पहले ये समझ लीजिए
Varnashrama Dharma.
कि कर्म फल देना महाप्रभु को इतना अच्छा क्यों नहीं लगा।
Then first let us try to understand why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was not convinced with the offering of the karma phal to Lord Krishna. Number one,
अर्पण करने में कर्म प्रमुख हो जाता है और भगवान गौण हो जाते हैं।
so when one offers the karma phal to Krishna, then
गौण हो जाता
karma, that is action, becomes primary and the Lord takes a back seat.
है, पिज्जा पास्ता बनाएंगे और फिर वो कर्म फल भगवान को दिखा देंगे, बिल भगवान के नाम का बना देंगे। अब कर्म हमारे लिए हुआ है लेकिन वो भगवान को दे देंगे।
For example, if somebody is desirous of having a pizza or a pasta, he offers that to Shri Krishna by putting the bill in the name of Shri Krishna.
का कृष्ण को भोजन कराना और हमारा कृष्ण को भोजन कराना जमीन आसमान का।
You see, don't you think there's a difference as to how Yashoda Maya used to feed Krishna and how we feed Lord Krishna?
लीजिए इसको पवित्र की, लेकिन यशोदा मैया में ऐसा नहीं है। यशोदा मैया
Now, if you see Yashoda Maya,
को जो अच्छा लगता है
Lord Krishna was offered by Yashoda Maya whatever he desired, and she used to herself consume whatever was left over.
कर्म का
But you see what we do in our lives? We offer him what we like and put the bill in the name of Lord.
कर्म करने के बाद जो फल मिलता है वो भगवान को देना और कर्म करने से पहले उसका फल भगवान को देना, ये
So try to understand there's a difference between offering the fruits of karma after having performed the karma to Lord Krishna is situation one, and second situation is offering the fruits of karma before performing the act. There's a huge difference in that. After having performed the karma, offering the fruits to Krishna,
आपके माइंड में भौतिकता छाई रहेगी।
you see, till the time you're performing the act or action, you will be influenced by the material world and thought. But in case, if you offer the fruits of the karma, just like Yashoda Maya to Lord Krishna before performing the act,
सोचकर कर्म करेंगे तो जहां तक
then
जब तक कर्म
whenever until so far you will perform the karma, you will have Lord Krishna in your mind and heart. This is the element of pure devotion.
हम तो कर्म करते हैं, फिर कितना बचा कितना रखा हैं, 100 रुपया रखते हैं और 1 रुपया चढ़ा देते हैं। एक बात याद रहे, आप भगवान को कितना देते हो ये देखते ही नहीं है।
You see what we do today? We earn rupee 100 and then offer rupee 1 to Krishna.
भगवान ये देखते हैं।
You see, if I simplify things for you, what you offer to Lord is being watched by him. Rather, he watches what you're keeping to yourself is being watched by Lord Krishna.
अमित नारायण प्रभु के ऊपर होगी कि भाई वो कितना सेवा कितना
You should not feel that
आपके बैंक बैलेंस पर ये कितना बचाकर
Lord is looking at the receipt of Amit Narayan Prabhu. Rather, he is looking at your bank balance,
लेकिन
what you are keeping with you.
करोड़ों में एक, क्योंकि उसके पास कुछ था ही नहीं, फिर भी
Sudama offered a handful of rice,
बहुत कुछ है उनमें
and
से
you
थोड़ा
see his
सा,
mood.
ये कोई बड़ा समर्पण
He never had anything. He borrowed a handful of rice and offered to Lord Krishna.
करने से कुछ थोड़ा भी देना तो अच्छी बात है, लेकिन यहाँ
So there's a difference in the mood.
बढ़ने का
We are talking about progressing in spiritual life. So when we talk about progression in spiritual life,
कृष्ण को अर्पण करना
then the karma phala being offered to Krishna,
इसलिए महाप्रभु कहते
there is something more to it. There's something over and above to it. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Rai Ramananda to speak something other than karma phala.
एटलीस्ट ये प्रॉब्लम भी समझ में आ गया तो हम ध्यान रख सकते हैं जीवन में
Now let us try to understand in the version of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu what is the limitation of offering karma phala to Krishna.
करते हैं
See, by way of offering the karma phala to Lord Krishna, there is a possibility of element of pride coming to you. You might have the feel that because you have donated so much that the institution is running, so offering the karma phala might lead to a possibility of pride coming into your minds and hearts. Gorakhnath ji was a saint in Gujarat.
गोरखनाथ के गुरु हुआ करते थे मच्छंदर
His guru used to be Machandar. Guru Machandar was his guru. Again, a very highly placed saint. Once it so happened
गोरखनाथ
that Gorakhnath ji and his guru Machandar,
दोनों विचरण करते करते
they were traveling from village to village and from towns.
सब लोग देख रहे थे
Everyone was observing them,
रहे थे
Guru Machandar and
तो
Gorakhnath.
चलते चलते क्या हुआ
So it so happened as they were traveling,
मस्तक पर जैसे वो मटके पर टक 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 करते ना ऐसे ऐसे ठोकते ना ऐसे ऐसे 3 बार किया टक टक टक
Gorakhnath knocked,
थोड़ी देर
kind
बाद
of
आगे
knocked
चलते
at
ऐसे
the
ऐसे टकोरा मार
head of his guru, and he repeated this act after some more time.
से मस्तक पर टकोरा मार रहे हैं अब पहुंचे हुए संत चेला भी इतना ही पहुंचा हुआ था गोरखनाथ जी ने कहा कि गुरुदेव आप जो ढूंढ रहे हो वो इसमें नहीं है
So
समझ गए कि
when Gorakhnath ji was knocked on his head 2 or 3 times, Gorakhnath ji said, "Oh Gurudev, when you are knocking at my head, it is not there. I do not have elements of pride."
वो अंदर नहीं है तब गुरु मच्छंदर ने कहा
Then Guru Machandar replied,
कि अंदर नहीं है
"What you are saying is not inside. It is still inside you.
तुम्हारे अंदर अभिमान नहीं है कि अभिमान नहीं है लेकिन मेरे अंदर अभिमान नहीं है वो अभिमान तो है
You have this pride that because you do not have that."
में आ जाए तो ना समझ में आए तो आप अपने घर पर ही बैठे हो हमारे गुजराती में के
You do not have the pride.
તમે આમ હાલીન તો આવ્યા નથી મારી પાસે ફ્લોરિડા મેં यहाँ અમેરિકામાં બેઠા હું આપ તમે હાલીન આવ્યા નથી અને હાલીન ઘરે જવાનું નથી તો પછી હાલી શું નીકળ્યા છો હા? जो सुन रहे हैं उसे जीवन में उतारे शिवाजी के गुरु थे रामदास
Ramdas ji was the guru of Shivaji Maharaj.
महाराष्ट्र के शूरवीर छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज शिवाजी के काल में बहुत बड़ा दुष्काल हुआ और
So there was once a strong famine during the tenure of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj.
उन सबको भोजन
Shivaji Maharaj was very generous to organize the community lunches for his people. So during that time, his guru, Guru Ramdas, came to meet him. Chhatrapati Maharaj said that, "Oh Gurudev, don't you worry that no doubt there's a famine, but I have got everyone fed."
चेला है तो ठीक
Now,
अभिमान की गंध तो है देखो
Guruji felt
ये होता है
that there is elements of pride in Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj's heart
लेकिन अभिमान आने की संभावना है
because there is an element and a possibility
करा दिया है
of pride
चल रहा है
falling in into this karma fall being offered.
चेले को अभिमान हो चुका है
So Ramdas ji felt
मॉर्निंग वॉक करने
that he does have some element of pride.
वॉक में निकले
So Guru Ramdas ji said to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj that we both must go for a morning walk.
इतिहास में ऐसा
So as
एक बहुत बड़ा पत्थर
they were walking, history mentions that there was a huge boulder
निकालो इस पत्थर को तोड़ दो
before them.
शिवाजी तो तोड़ने
So
में तो आप जानते
Gurudev asked Shivaji to break into pieces the stone boulder. Shivaji Maharaj was a strong, brave warrior who had, just like Lord Narsimha, broke open the chest of Afzal Khan at a mere age of 16. So Gurudev when ordered Shivaji to break open the stone boulder, Shivaji did that. And after breaking that stone boulder, a frog came out. Now, Gurudev said that, oh Shivaji, you were saying that you have fed everyone. Have you also offered food to this frog? Now, Shivaji was not able to reply. So Guruji said, oh Shivaji, there are millions of living entities in this world who are fed by the Lord. You and me are just a medium. So it is the Lord who is the doer. But because we offer the fruits of the work to Lord, then you see the element of pride does enter into ourselves. And this is a shortcoming. So you see, I should not be misunderstood. Okay. It should not so happen that after listening to my lecture, that you people withdraw from your donations. Amit Narayan Prabhu will strongly scold me. What I'm trying to say that there is something more to it. So in case you're able to do something more to it, then you can move on. But still, if you're not able to move on, then you should continue what you're doing. Now, another limitation in offering the fruits of karma after karma has been performed, then there is strong possibility that some or the other element of act of sinning can happen. You see, no one can claim that he does karma which is foolproof than sinning. No sin would happen while doing the karma. For sure, there is a strong possibility that some element of sin do happen to happen while one is performing some action or karma. And if we need to offer the fruits of karma, the karma to the Lord, then one has to
अर्पण कर सकते हैं देखो अभी भी फिर
the
कुछ लोग
Lakshmi that you earn by way of doing some sin, how can you go on to offer it to the Lord? So you see, there is strong possibility that I can be misunderstood. The point that I'm trying to get across is if we can go on to earn the money without sinning, then we must try to do that. But in case we cannot do that, then we must continue the way what we are doing, isn't it? Now, for example, consider the context of Putna, who wanted to kill Krishna by applying the Kalkut poison on her breasts. So, who was Putna? Putna was nothing but sin. She offered that poisonous milk to Krishna, and Krishna accepted that also.
जा मैं तुझे गौलोक में मेरी माँ का स्थान प्रदान करता हूँ
And Lord Krishna offered the position of the mother to Putna. The Lord will always remain in his pure mood. The point that I want to get across is so is it that because Putna offered the poisonous milk and she got the status of mother, should we be doing that? No.
बिना पाप की कमाई का कर्म भगवान को दे सकते हैं तो पाप वाली कमाई क्यों दे बस मैं यही एग्जांपल से यही बताना चाहता हूं आपको
So it is like when we can go on to offer the milk without poison to Lord, then why should we not offer that? So the point that I'm trying to get across is when we offer the karmfal to the Lord, we do end up committing some sin. And the next point that we must understand is
ये गीता में कृष्ण ने कहा है कि कर्म मुझे अर्पण करो, लेकिन कब
that Lord Krishna himself says in Bhagavad Gita that you must offer your karma to me, but when should that happen?
12वां अध्याय 7वें श्लोक से आप आज
In
रात को पढ़िएगा।
12.7, Lord Krishna has said this in Bhagavad Gita, O Arjun,
हरता मृत्यु संसार सागरात भवामि न चिरात पार्थम मैया आवेशित चेतसाम।
so Lord Krishna said to Arjun,
खुद अपने हाथों से
O Arjun,
तुम्हारा इस भवसागर से उद्धार करूंगा।
I would myself liberate you from this physical material world holding your hand. I will hold your hand and take you to Vaikuntha, and I will take you to Vaikunt. Then Arjun said, what should I be doing in order for this to happen? Then Lord Krishna replied that you must focus and dedicate your mind and heart to me.
कृष्ण ने कहा कि मैं अपने हाथों से उसका उद्धार मैं ध्यान रखूंगा, तो सबसे ऊंची वस्तु क्या है? अपना मन मुझ में लगाना होगा।
So, what is it that Lord Krishna is asking for? That you must concentrate your mind and heart on my name, and I will myself hold your hand and liberate you from this material world. There is not even an iota of doubt that such an individual who has fixed his mind and heart upon me would always come to me.
लगाएगा, अपनी बुद्धि मुझ में लगाएगा। ये प्रायोरिटी है, ये मुख्य वस्तु है। अब ध्यान से सुनिएगा, थोड़ा सा बहुत अच्छी मैटर है। तो मूल क्या है? कृष्ण ने कहा मैं तुम्हारा हाथ पकड़ के ले जाऊंगा।
So Lord Krishna said that I will myself hold your hand and take you to Vaikuntha.
अर्जुन ने कहा कि प्रभु ये मन आप में लगाना बहुत कठिन है।
So imagining if Arjun would have said, Oh Krishna,
मन नहीं लगता है।
it is tough to concentrate in your name from mind and heart.
जब इस प्रकार से बहुत ढीला पड़ गया अर्जुन, अर्जुन ने तो ये भी कहा ना कि चंचलम ही मनः कृष्ण प्रमार्थि बलवत् दृढ़म तस्याहं निग्रहं वन्ये वायुर इव सदुष्करम। गांडीव के बल से वायु को वश में कर सकता हूं, लेकिन मन को वश में करना कृष्ण बड़ा कठिन है।
So when Arjun expressed the inability to control mind and heart,
बुद्धि चित दिल हृदय मुझ में लगाओ, मुझे ये चाहिए। लेकिन अर्जुन ने कहा कि ये नहीं हो सकता है, तो सेकंड स्टेप।
now Lord Krishna gives second alternate.
पहले ऊंचे स्टेप को फॉलो करो, नहीं होता है तो सेकंड में जाओ। अब कोई स्कूल है,
Now imagining,
फर्स्ट ग्रेड, सेकंड ग्रेड, थर्ड
so there are grades in school 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
अभी 50 साल
Now when you enter into the school, you are 50 years old and you enter into the school. Can you be sitting in grade 1? Right? So it is like you would be entering a higher grade.
फर्स्ट ग्रेड क्या है?
So the point that I'm trying to get across is that one must aim for higher grade.
ही नहीं है, वो
You see,
गोदावरी के तट पर होगी।
even in Gita, higher grades are not talked about.
चित बुद्धि मुझ में
Higher grades things would be talked about at Godavari bank. So here Lord Krishna said, put your mind and heart in my name. But if it is not possible, as Arjun said, then Lord Krishna replied,
वहीं स्थिर अपना मन मुझ में रखने में तुम समर्थ
if you are not capable to fix your mind and heart in me, then what you should be doing is,
ये अर्जुन
oh Arjun,
करो।
then you must practice focusing your mind and heart
और पेन लेकर
in my name.
बोले वो नहीं,
Then Arjun said, how? What kind of exercise should I be doing? Lord Krishna replied, Navda Bhakti. So in 12.9, Lord Krishna said this, Shravan, Kirtan, you must exercise that.
उनकी ओर से नहीं कह रहा, अभी हमारी ओर से कह रहा है।
Now you see, Arjun further says to Lord Krishna, Oh Krishna,
हो पा रहा है, इतने बिजी है बिजनेस में, जॉब,
you see,
हमसे अभ्यास भी न हो।
if it is not possible to exercise this Navda Bhakti, then what do I do? Lord Krishna said, Oh Arjun, don't you worry, still there is a solution.
वो नहीं लगता है तो नवदा भक्ति का अभ्यास करना।
So Lord Krishna first gave the option of fixing the mind and heart, then Navda Bhakti, then Krishna further replied,
समर्थ असी अभ्यास में भी असमर्थ हो तो मत कर्म परमम भवः
if you are not even able to exercise Navda Bhakti,
दस में बेचने का तो अभ्यास
then you must perform your karmas and offer the karma to me.
जो भी है तो भाई नवदा भक्ति नहीं कर सकते तो फिर लास्ट में क्या कहा कि मेरे लिए कर्म करो
You must perform all your acts for me.
कर्माणि कुर्वन् सिद्धिम अवाप्नोसि मेरे लिए कर्म करोगे तो पवित्र प्योरीफाई होंगे और फिर जो
If you offer your karma to me, if you do karma for me, then you would be able to purify yourself and move progressively in devotion and spiritual life. However, Arjun still was having a brown face and said, "Oh Lord, it is impossible to offer karma."
पैसा देने को लगता है कि प्राण निकल जा रहा है कर्म अर्पण करना भी बड़ा कठिन लगता है
Then what do we do?
है कि हम कुछ सेवा करेंगे लेकिन जब समय आता है हमसे नहीं हो पाता है तो
So Arjuna expressed inability to offer karma. Then Lord Krishna replied, "O Arjun, then you observe the Varnashrama Dharma. Then you observe Varnashram Dharma,
ब्राह्मण क्षत्रिय वैश्य शूद्र के जो कर्म हैं
the duties of
आप आश्रम में हो
Brahmin, Kshatriya, Shudra, and Vaishya, etc."
आपने सुना था ना शम दम तम शौच जब वर्णाश्रम की बात की तो अर्जुन ने मुंह बिगाड़ कर फिर से कहा
Again, Arjun said, "O Lord, even this is not possible. What do I do now?"
वर्णाश्रम भी ठीक से न हो तो कृष्ण ने
To
गुजराती
this, Lord Krishna replied,
તો તમે એક સારી એવી ઢાંકણી ગોતો એક ઢક્કન ઢૂંઢો અને ઢાંકણીમાં તમે ભરો પાણી અને પછી તમે આખા એમાં ડૂબો અને મરી જાઓ તમે तुम ये भी नहीं कर सकते
So if you can't even do this,
आत्महत्या करके सालों मर जाओ तुम कुछ करने के लायक नहीं हो भगवत गीता में ये सब श्लोक की बात है मैं अपनी स्टाइल में केवल बता रहा हूं कि
then
भगवान
Lord Krishna,
अर्जुन अब जब ये भी नहीं
if at all you can't even do this, then what can you do?
काई नहीं करी सको
You can't do anything.
सो इस प्रकार से कर्मार्पणम राय
So,
रामानंद
Rai Ramanan says
ने
that
कहा,
karma
कर्म का अर्पण
be offered to Lord Krishna.
ये सब कारणों से श्री चैतन्य महाप्रभु
So,
ने कहा कि
on these reasons, you see, again, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu dismissed.
सेकंड स्टेप समझ में आ गया पहला क्या था वर्णाश्रम के द्वारा विष्णु प्रीति महाप्रभु ने उसे उड़ा दिया फिर उससे ऊपर का धर्म क्या है अपने जीवन
And
में
getting Vishnu Priti. The second stage, offering karma to Lord Krishna, again Lord Chaitanya sidelined it, citing certain limitations. So now Rai Ramananji speaks something more. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is asking Rai Ramanand to speak further than offering of the karma fal to Lord Krishna.
प्रभु कहे ये हो बाह्य आगे कहो आर राय कहे ज्ञान मिश्र भक्ति साध्य सार राय कहे ज्ञान मिश्रा भक्ति साध्य सार जब चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने कहा
When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that the offering of karma fal,
उससे भी कोई ऊंची बात
talk something more than this.
प्रभु
Then Rai Ramanan says,
फल भगवान को अर्पण करना उससे भी ऊंची बात है ज्ञान मिश्र माने ज्ञान ग्रहण करना
so Rai Ramanan says, more than offering of karma fal to Krishna is seeking knowledge,
उसका सार है
and by seeking knowledge, moving into devotion, moving into bhakti is a very important thing.
ज्ञान ग्रहण करके कैसा हो जाना चाहिए
So after having attained knowledge and seeking knowledge, how one must be. So, citing Bhagavad Gita 18.54, you see,
जो मेरे पास नहीं है मैं ही आपको कह दूं, ब्रह्मभूत प्रसन्नात्मा न शोचति
18.54 Bhagavad Gita, it goes something like this.
मदभक्ति लभते पराम। कृष्ण ने अर्जुन से कहा था
Krishna
ब्रह्मभूत
addresses Arjun and says,
कांक्षति, सभी जीवों के प्रति सम हो जाओ और
be neutral towards all entities,
बिल्कुल सुख हो दुख
no resolution or rejection, be it happiness
कह रहे हैं।
or challenges, you must stay balanced.
सॉरी, ये सर्व धर्म त्याग आ गया, सॉरी। तो सर्व धर्म त्याग की बात है। तो तीसरा स्टेप है सर्व धर्म त्याग।
So the third stage is Sarva Dharma Tyag,
उन सारे धर्म को त्याग कर देना।
abandoning all the
अब देखो, ये
dharmas.
आ गया भगवत गीता का टॉप मोस्ट लेवल।
Now this is the highest level of Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
भगवत गीता का अंत यहीं पर है ना, सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम शरणम व्रज। इन्होंने कोट भी किया, सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य मामेकम, भगवत गीता में कृष्ण ने कहा है। जब इस प्रकार से कहा तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु क्या कहते हैं, प्रभु कहे ये हो बाह्य, ये तुम्हारा सर्व धर्म त्याग भी बाह्य है।
So when Rai Ramanand said abandoning all dharmas and come to the refuge of Sri Krishna, so in a way Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also in a way sidelining entire Bhagavad Gita, that he talks something more than this. Imagine Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna himself and he is himself sidelining Bhagavad Gita.
ये भी मुझे अभी बहुत दूर लग रहा है, बाह्य है, इससे भी ऊंची बात कहो। तो मन में प्रश्न हो सकता है कि सर्व धर्मान परित्यज्य करके भगवान की शरणागति लेना, इसको
You people might have a confusion that in Bhagavad Gita when Lord Krishna says that abandon every dharma and come to me, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is even sidelining that, then what could be the possible reason? The possible reason could be that abandoning all dharma, there is an element of fear for the entities. Secondly, abandoning all dharmas, you see, there is a selfish interest, vested interest of killing all sins, burning all sins. And also, the third point is that abandoning all dharma, there is no pleasure of service.
तो चैतन्य महाप्रभु तो इसको भी, इससे भी आगे बहुत सारी चीजें हैं। महाप्रभु ने इसको बिल्कुल गीता को उड़ा ही दिया।
So in a way, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is sidelining entire Bhagavad Gita and asked Ramananda to speak something more on this. So Rai Ramanand said that. So the fourth option that Rai Ramanand says, seeking knowledge. So abandoning all dharmas and taking refuge at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna, higher than this is seeking knowledge, attaining knowledge. And how knowledge is to be attained? By way of Bhagavad Katha. So seeking knowledge, attaining knowledge by Bhagavad Katha. Again, at this preposition, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I am not convinced, to say something more. Now, Rai Ramanand, perhaps if he asks that, why are you not liking this seeking of knowledge? To which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, those who attain knowledge becomes very serious and do not like such serious people. Even I am asked by some of my associates that I should not be moving too much in Katha and I should remain a little serious. And I reject this proposition. I want to do Katha in a very enjoying manner. So Mahaprabhu is in a way rejecting those knowledgeable people because you see, they become very serious and The pride of knowledge also is a very high, a pride, a high degree of pride. The biggest pride is that of knowledge,
दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा अभिमान कहा गया।
biggest pride.
इसलिए जब ज्ञान की बात की गई,
Hence,
तो
when we talk
चैतन्य
about
महाप्रभु ने
knowledge,
कहा कि ज्ञान
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also rejected this preposition and asked Ramananda to speak something more.
में एक प्रश्न होगा,
Now, we might have this question and query in our minds and hearts
सुन रहे हैं,
that we're all listening to Bhagavad Katha, and for 2 years through online medium, and we are seeking some knowledge by way of Bhagavad. And if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is dismissing it, then
श्रीमद् भागवत को सुनने से ज्ञान मिलता है, नो डाउट।
no doubt that one gets knowledge by way of listening Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavad.
भागवत कथा सुनकर मिलने वाला ज्ञान ये भागवत का मूल फल नहीं है,
But
ये भागवत का
the knowledge that one gets by listening to Bhagavad Katha
सेकेंडरी फल है।
is not the primary result, primary fruit, but the secondary result. And hence, any devotee,
ज्ञान ग्रहण करूंगा ये सोचकर भागवत कथा नहीं सुननी चाहिए।
and hence, no devotee must listen to Bhagavad Katha with the prime objective of gaining knowledge.
पढ़ने के लिए कथा सुन रहा हूँ, आपकी अंडरस्टैंडिंग रॉन्ग है।
So this is a wrong,
भक्ति कहा जाएगा।
you see, preposition. This would be called as Gyan Mishra Bhakti.
बोल रहा हूँ, मैं तो ज्ञानी हुई नहीं, 10वीं फेल आदमी क्या ज्ञान दे सकता है। बोलने वाला न ज्ञान झाड़े और सुनने वाला न।
The speaker should not unnecessarily brag about delivering knowledge, and the mood of the listener should also not be to gain knowledge. Rather, Bhagavad Katha's mood should be
ज्ञान के उद्देश्य से नहीं सुनना चाहिए। भागवत के प्रत्येक शब्द हमारे जीवन में उतारने के उद्देश्य से सुनना चाहिए।
the objective rather should be to listen Bhagavad Katha to imbibe every word into their lives.
मतलब मैं सबको दोष नहीं दे रहा हूँ, लेकिन इसमें से प्राय क्या होता है, बस केवल मैटर कलेक्ट करने के लिए आते हैं, कुछ नया मैटर मिलेगा और फिर हम दूसरों को जाकर सुना देंगे, अपना कुछ नहीं, बस यहाँ से लो और दूसरों को सुनाकर मान प्रतिष्ठा।
Usually people attempt to gain some knowledge here only to be exhibiting out to others.
के लिए नहीं कि दूसरों को झाड़ने के लिए, वो काम अलग होता है, वो प्रोसेस अलग है।
So what is important is that you imbibe it in your life rather than exhibit and brag it before others.
बिल्कुल फ्री होकर, हल्के होकर, बिल्कुल आराम से, और जो भी सुनते हैं अपने जीवन से कनेक्ट करके सुनना चाहिए। हमारा क्या है ना, हम कथा में जो भी सुनते हैं ना, हम पड़ोसी से कनेक्ट करते हैं। हाँ साला वो पाप करता है, अरे तू अपना देख यार।
What is important is to relate it to your own self.
हाँ सीधे वो दुश्मन की बात आती, वो ऐसा है, वो ऐसा है।
So ideally what happens, usually when the katha happens, we try to say that so and so person does this sin.
भागवत कथा ज्ञान के लिए नहीं सुननी है, भागवत कथा सुनने का उद्देश्य है जीवन। तव कथा,
So the objective of listening Bhagavad Katha is life.
हमें ग्रहण करना है।
We have to imbibe it as a life. We have to listen as if this is our own life. And when we write it, we must write it for our own selves and not for others like a halwai.
हमारे दिल को टच होनी चाहिए।
It should touch and strike a chord with our hearts.
मूल्य है अपने जीवन के साथ इसे स्पर्श।
The principles that we gain in Bhagavad Katha must touch and influence and inspire our own lives.
कुछ लोग कर्म करते हैं तो पाप होता है, तो आधे लोग होंगे जो अपने लिए सोचेंगे, लेकिन आधे तो दूसरे के लिए ही सोचेंगे, हाँ वो साले गलत।
So when I say that we perform karma, it becomes a sin. You see, 50% of people might have applied it to their own selves, but 50% for sure might have related it to others.
महाप्रभु इसे पसंद नहीं करते, ये कोई ऊंची बात नहीं हुई।
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not like this element of knowledge being sought.
मैं एग्जांपल खोज रहा था, मैं आपको क्या बताऊंगा।
That is not liked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
में आकर जानते कैसे बैठना चाहिए, हमने तो इसका अनुभव किया है। कई दिनों से कोई रोग हुआ है, एक तो रोग से हमारा शरीर पीड़ित है, परेशान है, समझ में नहीं आता कि क्या रोग है, कैसे है, ये कैसे दूर होगा। जब हमारे कंट्रोल से बाहर वो रोग हो जाता है और फिर कभी किसी दिन अचानक उस रोग का निष्णांत एक्सपर्ट वैद्य, एक्सपर्ट डॉक्टर हमारे पास आता है और हम क्या करते हैं, हम अपने आप को उस डॉक्टर को समर्पित कर देते हैं।
You see what happens? What should be the mood when we listen to Bhagavad Gita should be just like a situation wherein, let's say, somebody is suffering from a disease and he gets to meet a doctor expert in that disease. So such a person offers completely without any iota of doubt to the doctor. Similarly, when we listen to Srimad Bhagavad Katha, we must offer ourselves, surrender ourselves in complete sense of the term.
भागवत कथा सुनकर ज्ञान मिश्र माने भागवत कथा से ज्ञान ग्रहण करना, ये महाप्रभु को ठीक नहीं लगा। ज्ञान के लिए भागवत नहीं है। यदि ज्ञान के लिए आपको भागवत सुनो तो भागवत मत सुनो, कुछ और सुनो। बहुत सारे मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर हैं और बहुत कुछ दुनिया में
So
चल
if you
रहा
want to
है।
listen for knowledge, Bhagavad Katha, you see, you shouldn't do that. So there are so many motivational speakers. Bhagavad should be listened for your own self, for the progress of your soul, for purifying your soul.
आत्मा के लिए। तो महाप्रभु ने ज्ञान मिश्र अर्थात ज्ञान मिश्र को माने भक्ति करो लेकिन ज्ञान लेते हुए उसको उड़ा दिया।
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu even dismissed this proposition of knowledge being sought.
अच्छा महाप्रभु कोई भागवत सुने लेकिन ज्ञान के
So
उद्देश्य से
Rai Ramanand further said that
जीवन परिवर्तन और भक्ति के उद्देश्य से सुने तो तब महाप्रभु जी ने, चैतन्य महाप्रभु ने अब पहली बार कहा एहो हाय, ये मुझे ठीक। देखो महाप्रभु का आंसर, प्रभु कहे ये हो हाय। अब तक क्या कह रहे थे, हटा इसे, ये नहीं ये नहीं ये नहीं ये नहीं, लेकिन कहा कि ज्ञान शून्य, ज्ञान
So
का
when Rai Ramanand said that if an individual listens to Sri Bhagavad Katha only for love of the God, for the progression of the spiritual life, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, okay, this what you're saying now is somehow correct to some extent.
ये ठीक लग रहा है। राय रामानंद ने प्रमाण दिया, अद्भुत। श्रीमद् भागवत के 10वें स्कंद के 14वें अध्याय के 3रे श्लोक में बहुत सुंदर बात
So Brahmaji said this shloka, very beautiful shloka, what is there on your screens before you.
अद्भुत है ये। कहते हैं
So Brahmaji says,
ज्ञाने प्रयास मुदपास्य नमन्त एव जीवन्ति सन् मुखरितां भवदीयवार्तां स्थाने स्थिता श्रुतिगतां तनुवाग मनोर्भिः स्थाने स्थिता श्रुतिगता तनुवाग मनोर्भिः ये प्रायशो अजित जितो प्यसिते स्त्रीलोक्या। अद्भुत अद्भुत अद्भुत। देखिए शब्द समझिएगा, संस्कृत ब्रह्मा के मुख से निकले हुए। भागवत में ब्रह्मा जी कृष्ण को स्तुति करते हुए कहते
so
हैं,
in Bhagavatam, Brahmaji is making a prayer to Lord Krishna and uttering this shloka.
कृष्ण
O Krishna,
प्रयासम, ज्ञान का प्रयास उदपास्य न करना, उदपास्य माने छोड़ देना, न करना। तो ज्ञाने प्रयासम उदपास्य, ज्ञान ग्रहण करने का प्रयास न करते हुए नमंत विनम्र भाव से एव जीवंती, विनम्र भाव से अपने जीवन को परिवर्तन करने के लिए कथा सुनना। भक्तों, आप अपने हो इसलिए मैं मेरे जीवन की बात करता हूं। अक्सर प्रायः
So Brahmaji says that making an humble attempt to imbibe the knowledge into the personal life rather than an attempt to seek knowledge.
सुनूंगा नहीं, यदि लिखा नहीं होगा तो मन में आएगा कि चलो अब सुनना है क्योंकि उस बार बहुत अच्छा लगा था। तो ब्रह्मा जी कहते हैं ज्ञाने प्रयासम उदपास्य, ज्ञान ग्रहण करने के उद्देश्य से नहीं, तो किस
So
उद्देश्य?
not with the objective of seeking knowledge, but with the humble objective of imbibing in the life, with the humble objective that whatever is being spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam, one has to lead that life. The Bhagavad Katha must be listened. So with the purpose of bringing changes in the life, a living entity must make an humble attempt to listen the Bhagavad Katha, the Katha of Sri Krishna from the sadhus and saints.
अपने जीवन का परिवर्तन करने के उद्देश्य से यदि भगवत आपकी वार्ता, आपकी कथा कोई सुनता है, अच्छा किससे सुनता है? स्थाने स्थिता। इसके दो अर्थ हैं।
From whom the Katha is to be heard?
सताम निवासे, भक्तों के संग में बैठकर सुनता है।
Listening to Bhagavad Katha in the association of devotees
तो अमेरिका में बैठकर, कनाडा में बैठकर, भारत में, दुबई,
and wherever,
ऑस्ट्रेलिया,
in whatever country that you are placed in, at your own place.
प्लेटफॉर्म को कम मत समझिए।
You see, you should not underrate the Zoom platform. Zoom platform has been certified by Bhagavatam. Sthanesthita means whatever place that you may be at.
लेकिन उद्देश्य क्या है?
But the objective must be
ज्ञान लेने का उद्देश्य
not to seek knowledge directly as such,
बदलने का,
but
परिवर्तन करने का उद्देश्य हो।
to bring transformation in life.
तनुवाक मनोरभीर, शरीर से, वाणी से, मन
From body, from mind, from heart, those who listen to Bhagavad Katha, it must be implemented in life. And if this is done,
दूसरी लाइन के अंत
you see, if somebody makes an attempt to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam Katha from the sadhus and saints or from wherever place that they are, and that they listen to Bhagavad Katha with an humble attempt to bring changes in
हैं जिसको कोई जीत नहीं सकता, प्रायशो अजीत, कभी किसी के द्वारा जीते नहीं गए, लेकिन
a person who cannot be taken control of by anyone, who cannot be won over by anyone.
से भगवत कथा सुनते हो
So if you listen to such katha from these sages and saints, Krishna, who
आपके हाथ
cannot be won over by anyone,
चाकर सेवक बन
such Sri Krishna will go on to enslave himself to you. Such Sri Krishna would be won over by you. Who remains unconquered will be conquered by you. So, if your objective of listening to Bhagavad Katha is to bring transformation in your own life and imbibe the principles of the Bhagavad Katha from sages and saints, and also if you can listen it from wherever you are placed, you can go on to conquer the unconquered, which is Shri Krishna.
जीवन का परिवर्तन करने के लिए
So what is important is that Bhagavad Katha must be listened with the sole objective of transforming your own lives.
थोड़ा सा ठीक लग रहा है,
So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu replied that he liked this preposition, but that this is not the best preposition given by Rai Ramananda.
ऊपर इससे आगे चलो क्योंकि कल लास्ट
So now, Rai Ramananda was asked by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu
कंप्लीट करो।
that he should propose something more, something higher than this.
आप भागवत के माध्यम से जो ज्ञान ग्रहण कर रहे हैं अपने जीवन के लिए, लेकिन उससे भी ऊपर राय कहे प्रेम भक्ति सर्व साध्य सार, हम और आप भागवत कथा सुने, अपने जीवन के लिए तो सुने, लेकिन उससे भी ऊपर क्या है, कृष्ण की प्रसन्नता के लिए सुने।
So no doubt that we must listen to Srimad Bhagavad Katha to transform our lives, but then you see the other objective has to be there, that we must listen it to please Shri Krishna.
हमारी जो सुई है यहाँ अटकी है।
So you see, I will elaborate upon this tomorrow in tomorrow's
लेकिन
Katha.
अभी भी हम मझधार में पहुंचे हैं, जितने स्टेप उठाए गए उससे उतने ही स्टेप और भी ऊपर उठना है, और फिर इसका एंड श्रीमती राधा रानी है कि भाई सबसे टॉप, सबसे ऊपर श्रीमती। तो किस प्रकार से राधा रानी, और हम कैसे प्रैक्टिकली इस उच्च भाव और रस तक
You see, the ultimate level that we need to reach is Srimati Radharani, but we will elaborate upon it tomorrow.
बुद्धि की कसरत हो गई,
I know this was a strong mental exercise today. Today, instead of me, I also got engaged you in doing some exercise of your mind.
धैर्य से इसका
So I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you.
लेकिन आज भी
Uh,
देरी हो
but we will elaborate upon it tomorrow. Though I wanted to pick up certain questions, but we shall elaborate upon it tomorrow. We'll take some questions and move on.
धन्यवाद देते हुए
So I extend my gratitude to the host family, Makwana family, Becher Bhai and Parvati Bain, and their entire further generations, Dayal Bhai, Bimla Bain, Kier Bhai, Kokila Bain, Ankur Bhai, Bhumi Bain, and Misty.
देते हुए
So I extend my gratitude
आइए
to each one of you.
विराम करें। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की, श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की, जगत